Hey, welcome back to another episode of Cluster Zero. Today we're looking at STSE, which is Science, Technology, Society, and Environment. So we've each got 3 external resources to help incorporate these ideas into your classroom. So stick around to find out some more information.
Welcome back. The lesson I'm going to be focusing on is for grade 3 cluster 4, the SLO 10, which is talking about returning organic matter back to the soil, the composting, and sustainability. The external resources I'm going to be using is a book called What Does It Mean to Be Green by Rana Diorio, a video that I found on YouTube called Recycling for Kids with Waste Management's Mr. Cool. And then we're also going to be taking a field trip to Take Pride Winnipeg so the students can get involved in the rally and get some inspiration to bring back to our school and just really build a sustainable development and a sustainable school environment. I think it's important for them to use all 3 of these resources, and then also other integrations in art and recyclables and those types of things, but those are the 3 main ones I'm going to be focusing on.
Awesome, that sounds like a really diverse lesson plan. I think that would be a really good way, and you cover so much ground with those really varied resources.
Yeah, the video is super cool because it's actually a Canadian-made video, so it's talking about recycling in Canada, and it's just more relatable for the students. And then the Take Pride Winnipeg is always a great big function to go through, and there's lots of schools from all around the city are going to it. So I don't know if you guys have ever participated in one of
I
those.
haven't. That's one that probably a lot of kids haven't experienced before too, so it'd be all new for them.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's they pump the kids up, and there's performances and different speakers, and it's all geared to early, middle year students. So it's appropriate, age appropriate for them.
Interesting. So for my STSE lesson, I chose to do grade 2 cluster 4, and I chose SLOs 11 to 14. So they all focus around natural resources, conserving our water, and preserving natural resources and all of that. So the resources that I chose would be a field trip to either Fort White or Okanagan Marsh, preferably both, but field trips need to be a little bit limited. So both of those have great programs that focus on conservation and all of that, and they both have big water programs inside with lots of information for the kids. The next resource was a book called The Water Hole by Graham Bass, and it's all about preserving water and how important it is to not waste water, and how it's not just humans and people that use it, but lots of other things in the world like plants and animals really rely on that water, and if you waste it, then nobody gets the water, and that's really not a very good thing. So I thought that was a really good one that teaches the importance of water. And the last one was a YouTube video called Water Who Needs It, and it's just a short little 10-minute video, and it just talks about sort of the same type of thing: who needs water, how we use it, and more importantly, it really goes into where it comes from and what happens to all of us if we pollute that water. And it focuses a lot on how the system is all affected when one thing changes in the water, and how that kind of spirals. So yeah, those are my resources.
I think the field trip's a great idea, and I like how you have 2 options, because also obviously doing both would be incredible, but also it's logistically where your school is placed, because Okanagan Marsh is
far for some schools
in the Interlake, so depending where you are within the city for your school, but Fort White would be on the other end of the city for certain areas. So that kind of gives you 2 points, and they both have similar but obviously different programs, and if the kids got to go to both, that would be incredible, because they would get 2 different views on it. But either way, you have that diversity there, and you can wiggle room with the
exactly, yeah.
And I love how you're covering a few SLLs with all the 3 different resources that you're going to be using to cover. Some knowledge there.
Yeah, sure we go.
Sounds really awesome.
Alright guys, so for my STSE, I chose to do a grade 1 cluster 4 daily seasonal changes, and the SOL that I focused on to use 3 different external resources is describe how humans prepare for seasonal changes. So I used a book, I used a YouTube video, and including the field trip in this case. So the book that I'll be using is Tap the Magic Tree, which demonstrates a tree that experiences 4 different seasons, and it really interacts with children. great because in this way they could see what it's like to experience 4 different seasons, and in the video they include what they would wear, etc. And then for the field trip, taking them to Manitoba Museum in the Discovery Center, they'd be able to kind of like experience things hands-on.
Cool. Awesome. Which YouTube video were you going to choose?
It's called Let's Learn About the 4 Seasons, and
Ooh.
it specifically covers literally spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like the book. It sounds cool with the tree because like that instead of it being like a person in the seasons,
Yeah.
it's a tree, but that's also super relatable to them as well. Like there's trees like that they're gonna see, and they'll see the trees with the orange leaves and the trees with no leaves. And
Yeah,
stuff.
so that's why I
Yeah,
figured
it's
that
good
that book would be
connection.
really good.
That's a really fun one.
Nice. And what grade did you say this was for? Sorry.
Grade 1.
Oh, fun, fun.